I hope I can read my lines. This is an emotional day for me because it really is like having a child. 30 years ago, a few gay and lesbian scientists met at an American Association for the Advancement of Science meeting, and so they started a dialogue on the issues and concerns that they were having in their workplace and in academia. And today, we gather here today, albeit in a different time and place, to dialogue together as a community for the very first time in a very significant way. So why are we here? What is so important about bringing us together? The headlines have been full of our community problems with bullying with students, and there's just been way too many suicides in our community. And we have to do something to stop this. We have to do something to help. It's even harder if you're a student, especially in the sciences and engineering fields, because they're so intense. And in order for things to get better, we have to regain our competitive edge in the global economy so that we can get real good jobs and have good mentors. And we need actually to look at this reality, and that's what we're going to do today. We know that there are difficulties in these fields. We know that students can be marginalized from their families, and we are trying to partner with Point Foundation to help those students. We don't want people to feel isolated. We want them to feel whole. We want to feel that they can fit in their own self when they come to the classes and come to the workplaces. We need the career professionals to step up, to give back to their community, to let people know how you can be out and be professional and be welcomed in your workplaces. And they are scattered in our audience today on our panels. And please take every moment to talk to these people and to feel that they can help.
So it is my true pleasure and honor to introduce and welcome Kay Koizumi, who will give us our motivational kickoff address. Kay.
Well, good morning. You know, I'm sure that was not the bio I submitted, if I had it. I wanted to show, just to let you know why, in one sentence, why it's so important that we are here and that we are exploring STEM careers, because science, engineering, technology, mathematics are important, and they're important because they're important for the things that we need to do as a nation, and that's something that we could all be a part of. And we recognize in the Obama administration that it's important for the federal government to play some kind of a supportive role in encouraging all of us to pursue some worthwhile careers. So it's especially wonderful for me to look out over this audience. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, so it was not a particularly diverse place when I was growing up. There were 5 Asians in my class, and 2 African American, and 1 Latino family. And so broadening participation would not have been possible from my high school alone. But fortunately, we are in a very different place, and so it was particularly wonderful to be able to walk around USC and see a very diverse student body. And I knew it was even more diverse because I saw a couple of rainbow flag stickers and equal signs on laptops and backpacks. So I knew, yes, we're in a good place for encouraging broadening participation from everyone. We are really helped in the LGBT area because there are so many of us in the Obama administration, and including a number of notable firsts. So I bring you greetings from all my colleagues, both in the White House and the federal agencies who are part of this administration. So already we have more than 100 LGBT appointees in the Obama administration, including some of my friends up there. And I will note that included in that list are a number of STEM professionals. For example, Nancy Sutley from LA, most recently, is now the chair of the White House Office of Council of Environmental Quality. So she brings a lot of work experience in engineering and environment to the CEQ. We also have our first transgender appointee, Amanda Simpson, in the Department of Commerce, who is dealing with some very now she is handling some export control and import issues that I think I'm not allowed to talk about, but they're very complicated. I wish you all, of course, the best for this day. And I also wish all of you the best of luck in your studies and your careers. And just wanted to say that I'm very proud of where we are as a community, and I want to offer whatever I can in the way of help because it's an important task that we still have ahead. And of course, we know that there's still some challenges ahead, both as STEM professionals, also as openly LGBT people. One of the really sad things of the last few weeks is, well, some of the suicides, and recognizing that the message of it does get better is not reaching as many people as it should. And I'm often reminded of that when I travel back to my hometown, or actually more accurately my in-laws' hometown, and that's in Arkansas. And it is it's still a challenge for many young people around the country to be inspired to even continue. So I hope that we can all take the message from this conference and try to inspire others not only to continue to make progress, to study, but also to think about making progress and contributing through STEM careers and through the STEM occupations. So if we can accomplish that today, I think we will have accomplished a lot. Thank you very much.
In physics. In fact, I was frankly terrible at it, and I still am, which is ironic considering that I'm a postdoc within one of the largest physics research groups at Harvard. Dr. Fineff sat day after day helping me work on those pesky vector problems and also to see the beauty in physics and to understand its own meaning in my life. He knew I would never go on in physics, yet he stood steadfast at my side. I could never figure out what in the world he was doing, working so hard to help me, the world's worst physics student, succeed. He saw value in me at a time in my life when no one else did, not even me. And that was when I first learned the true transformative power of science education. I now dedicate my professional life to protecting the welfare of science education on a worldwide scale. And to me, being out as a physics education researcher means serving as a positive, raging counterexample to every negative, hateful statement that is portrayed to young people by their families, friends, and most appalling, their teachers, who convince them that it is impossible to be out in the STEM world and successful at the same time. And I'm almost finished. And at this time in our nation's history, LGBT visibility is vital in the sciences, because we are here, we are exceptionally fabulous, we are queer, and it is about time that the STEM workforce gets used to it.
I'm kind of the classic late bloomer. I've known I was gay forever. I was a sexually active teenager, and yet I couldn't come to terms early with the fact that, and to use the words I'm gay. I have all kinds of obfuscations and the like. When I first went to MIT in 1974 as a freshman, I was not successful. It took me dropping out of school, and I look at maybe until this moment on this panel, really realized probably what my not being able to deal with coming out had to do with my lack of success the first time through college. So I went out, did some other things, tried to be a musician, and even in the musician culture didn't come out. Finally went back to college. Got into electrical engineering, mainly from the musical angle, and trying to do signal processing and synthesizers and things like that. I still love it. And eventually, sometime in between finishing my master's and my doctorate, decided I should come out. Just had enough. It's time to be honest with everybody about who I was. My department head at the time, when I talked to him about coming out to students and the like, we had a closed door conversation in which he said, if you tell anyone this, I'll say it never happened. kind of conversation, discouraging me from being out to students, discouraging me from being honest about who I was. We don't discuss our personal lives, we keep it all professional. And then 2 weeks later at a department meeting, he tells a faculty member who had just, whose wife had just had a baby boy, said, we need to create your baby boy together with my granddaughter. You can't start them too early. Kind of
I
thing.
had my first job after getting my master's degree was at Stanford University, and I worked at the law school, and the dean of the law school was out and brought her partner to events, as were some professors, and I thought, this doesn't make sense. I've been told that I'm going to be murdered if I'm out. I'm going to go to hell. I'm going to get AIDS. But these people seem to be very happy and going to parties with their spouses and coming to work and having pictures of their spouses on their desks. And I think for me, it was that visibility that created a shift, and that became even more important to me. My life completely changed when I became a Point Scholar, and I saw through their mentoring program, I was matched with the first out gay college president, and that was when things really started to shift for me, when my imagination for what was possible completely expanded.
And that's all we can really do as individuals, is to try to model the behavior and we are all limited in that we're only one person, and I'm an Asian American gay man, so I cannot represent lesbian community or the transgender community, but we can also do little things, like for example, I was careful in my pictures up there to make sure that I showed Amanda Simpson, because just to recognize, yes, we do have transgender members of the administration as well. A little thing, I can't walk in her shoes, but I can at least acknowledge that we are aware. And the same thing goes for people's personal lives, because those are important. And if you and a couple of like-minded colleagues get together and maybe even just talk about it in the lab, hey, this is what I'm going to do this weekend, it's a start.
I think in terms of challenges, we continue to face the challenge of commitment to STEM fields for young people in their high schools, and that's not just the case with LGBT students, but it's also the case with underrepresented racial and ethnic minorities. And so I think that's probably that talent pool, we're losing out on this amazing talent pool, and I think that's really our biggest challenge, is to try to find a way to maximize that pipeline and keep students interested and committed to STEM throughout their careers.